Hey friends, what's up? Derek here from Bomb Socks with more Bomb Bites, where we feast upon the words of Christ one bite at a time. So I want to give you a little bit of a message today that's it might seem a little unorthodox, and it's only going to be one verse, so it's going to be a pretty short message here, but I think it's very relevant, and I think it's something that'll bless our lives. So it's 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse number 13, and it's kind of an obscure verse, but it's one that for me has meant a lot over the years. It says, "For whether we be beside ourselves, it is to God, or whether we be sober, it is for your cause." Now, there is a Joseph Smith translation there that takes it a little bit of a different direction. It says, "We bear record that we are not beside ourselves, for whether we glory, it is to God, or whether we be sober, it is for your sakes." And I love that. I remember having someone teach me this a long, long time ago. It was a sister who had served a mission, and she was down somewhere in South America, so she knew Spanish. And so she shared this verse right here, this original verse, "For whether we be beside ourselves, it is to God, or whether we be sober, it is for your cause." She went to the Spanish Santa Biblia, she went there, and I don't speak Spanish very well. She said, when you translate this into Spanish, this is what that verse says. It says, "Si estamos locos es para Dios, y si estamos cuerdos es para ustedes." When you translate something from Spanish back to English, it doesn't always come out the same way. And so you don't have to know a lot of Spanish to kind of get this idea here. When you translate it back to English, it says, "If we are crazy, it is for God. If we are reserved, it is for ourselves." Now, on the surface there, it's kind of a funny little phrase, but I think there's a valuable lesson for us. Now, this poses the question, what does it mean to be crazy for God? It says, when we are crazy, it is for God. If we are reserved, then it is for ourselves. And so the word crazy, when you define the word crazy, it means untamed, unbridled, intensely eager, enthusiastic, and passionately excited. So when I try to think of this idea of being crazy for God, when I think of someone who is intensely eager, enthusiastic, passionately excited, untamed and unbridled when it comes to what the world wants to teach, I think of this man right here. His name is Russell M. Nelson. Just turned 99 this last week. I mean, come on, we are led today by a crazy man. Now, when I say crazy, I don't want to say that disrespectfully. I say that with all the love and respect that I have for President Nelson. But when you talk about passionately excited, when you talk about intensely eager, when you talk about enthusiastic, all you have to do is go back and look and see what this wonderful man's focus has been. It's the gathering of Israel. It's helping us understand that we too can receive revelation from God, to learn how to hear the voice of the Lord, to learn how to take charge of our own testimonies, to be able to understand our identity as children of God and children of the covenant. And so when I look at that right there, he is teaching things that are crazy when it comes to the world. So if we are crazy, it is for God. If we are reserved, it is for ourselves. And so I would hope as we continue to watch and listen to President Nelson, we get to hear from him in a couple weeks in General Conference, and I am so excited to listen to and hear what he is intensely eager about, what he is passionately excited about, and what he is enthusiastic about. And knowing that he does this for God. He wants to do the will of God. He wants us all to be able to listen to God. He wants us to be able to grow close to him. In a world that is struggling to believe in God, that message is crazy. And I am grateful today that we are led by someone who is intensely eager, passionate, and excited about the gospel of Jesus Christ. And it makes me want to feel the same way. So I'm grateful for that little message, again, taken a little bit out of context, but I do appreciate what is being taught there and what it can help me do as a member of the church to be a little bit more excited and crazy for God. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And thanks as always for sharing. So grateful that you do that. And of course, if you haven't already, go check out our amazingly comfortable gospel themed socks at bombsocks.com. Godspeed, and we will see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.